Alright, what's going on? We're gonna go over today's price action and kind of what I saw, mistakes I made, what I can improve on. Starting off, let's look into my notes I've got here on the day. Let's see. Okay, so I did a London analysis. My London analysis, I noted that London session continued off of Asia's move. Before the Asia session, the market dipped into a 4-hour buy side inefficiency. No, buy. Alright, busy. Not seeing any signs of going lower here. A possible retracement into 50% of the range is possible, so I'll mark it up. So going in, I was very bullish. I did have it marked up that a possible 50%, which is right here, lined up with the sell side, was possible. So I had that in mind as a scenario. So moving into this first trade and why I didn't take it, let me mark out my sessions. Okay. So overall, the trade didn't look so bad to go long. At first, I was looking at the short side with this break here, this displacement. Actually, we did get a tag back up into it, but at that time, I kind of had lost that bias because we put in a 5-minute gap. I'll go over that in a second, but I'll just keep this highlighted as the first presented fair value gap. Okay. So starting from the 4-hour, here's what I was talking about earlier when I did my London analysis. We did dip into here, so I was expecting a further push out. This is at all-time highs on NQ. ES, we're still reaching for that, so that was my long-term kind of goal for the day. Going down, let's look into why I didn't execute on the first trade. So setting up, I saw that this 5-minute gap was still there. So first trade I was looking for was the short side, but this was kind of respecting, so I didn't think it would be a good idea, and it's pretty much against my rules. And I was only looking for A plus setups, considering the price action was pretty choppy. So I kind of just sat that one out. And then looking into the second one, it was kind of the same thing. So we were stuck between a bullish imbalance and a bearish imbalance. So it was not good because we could have just chopped around. We ended up going lower, taking out the sell side, but I just wasn't convinced enough to take either the long position here or the short position. We did come up here, but again, that was after respecting the 5-minute gap. So there was nothing to really go off of. Now moving down into the second PM. So I did see this push up here. I was interested. I was looking at it. We didn't get the displacement till a lot later. So looking over at ES. Oh. We got the displacement way down here. So that was down here. So I was kind of looking at it. I could have looked into this gap, but I just wasn't that interested, considering that this was a 1-hour bullish imbalance. And here's how it looked on the 1-hour. It looked rather bullish. Considering this wasn't here, so I wasn't really seeing this. Seeing so far as this peak in here, and we were kind of showing a little bit of respect. We had a wick, so it didn't look that convincing. I mean, looking at it now, it looks pretty convincing to go lower, but it didn't at the time, so I wasn't fully convinced. And looking back, to be honest, I did have it planned out. I saw lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, so I was expecting a lower low, but I just couldn't execute on the trade. I watched it come up. My finger was on the market sell, but I just couldn't do it, so moving forward, I realized that my executions are something I need to work on. My analysis is always pretty much on point. I need to get over the psychological part. I did a bit of journaling, and I think my problem, is the execution, obviously, but also I think it's because of like a fear of possibly losing. I did take a winning trade earlier in the week, and something mentally is just kind of like not clicking. So I might just start doing market orders so I don't have to psych myself out, because I was gonna enter this because we had some room anyways for the sell side. Um, but yeah, I mean it's a good learning experience. Let me see what I wrote in my notes as far as things to consider. Yeah, I would have honestly given this like an A or an A plus rating. I'd say A because the higher time frame at the time I was still pretty bullish on. So I say an A. It was almost an A plus. We were respecting these. This was turned into an IFVG, so mostly everything was there for this bearish one. So, and it would have played out fairly nicely all the way to the final target, which would have been hit actually right here. So we're looking at about 2.5 ish, which is fine. I also liked the stop placement a lot. I perfectly could have fit a 25 handle stop loss, but yeah, I mean it was a great day to learn, watch price action, just kind of analyze the market. Yep, that's it for today. I'll log in tomorrow.